Thanks for staying with us. Now, the term side chick is an African-American vernacular slang that describes a mistress, a woman one dates in addition to one's girlfriend or wife, usually in secret. When you know, side chick, it has to be a secret. So a side chick is another way to say mistress, which is a woman that is engaging in intimate relations with a person who is already in a committed relationship. A side chick's main responsibility is to keep things fun and exciting, and he seemed to be excellent at it because more and more men have these side pieces. So our question tonight is, what are side chicks doing differently? And how can main chicks or wives learn from their success story? Because it's a successful industry. Now please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. Who am I going to start with now? Let me come to Fola.
Yes, but I need to say something.
What?
Is this about the wives or the main chicks? Because if you're talking of main chicks now, is it people that are in marriage or not in marriage?
No, side chicks. Guess what?
There's an
even relationship. No, forget.
Even in relationship,
the man has a side chick.
So it's relationship.
Yes.
Marriage.
Yes. He has a side piece.
Fola, I don't like your face.
Let me come to Fola. So, Fola, what are we doing? Oh, gosh. Okay, to take the position of a side chick this night, what are we doing that is making the juice flow?
Okay, so before I start to even answer your question, I think I have a problem with your original question, because this idea of, okay, so what should wives learn from side chicks to be successful? One, I'm not even going to say, I think I will object to the term side chick.
Okay.
I would rather use the word mistresses. Okay, yes, for a certain reason. I'll say that later. Now, secondly, the idea that the wife should learn something from
the side chick,
or the mistress makes it look like we're already putting her in a position where she is the one not doing enough to make her man stay faithful. But that's not true. A man who is going to be unfaithful will be unfaithful, whether or not I mean, for crying out loud, you're married, someone who is married to Beyonce.
Girl.
Successful, rich, talented, beautiful.
Heavy twerker.
Exactly.
But do you know what happens in the other side?
It's the idea. It's the idea that there's something they're doing that is so amazing that the wives need to learn. So what we're saying is she's not enough. Let's dead that idea. Now, whether or not that, okay, so what makes this mistresses so attractive? That's the question, right? To each man his own. There are those who find the women attractive because, well, maybe they think that they just want to experience something different from whoever it is that they're with, which is understandable. But I would like to approach this from psychoanalytic literature. I remember back then, in psychology, there's the Madonna whore complex. Yes. Now, the Madonna complex is where, I think it was proposed by this guy, Sigmund Freud, back in the day. So he thinks that from the way men are brought up, through society, socialization, and all of these things, you have the Madonna complex where men associate sexual arousal or some kind of sexual feeling to a certain kind of woman. And, so the Madonna is the one that they have learned to adore, the one they have learned to look up to, like their mothers and their wives. Now, they find that, so when it comes to some certain elements of sexuality, they cannot relate. It's just like a lot of men, I remember there was a debate on Twitter sometime, and somebody was talking about his mother, he cannot bear the fact that his mother wants to remarry or date somebody after his father has died, because he can't think of the idea of his mother having sex. Yeah. So
with another man.
With another man. So that's the Madonna complex. And so it gets to a point where some men who have these complexes they have certain sexual desires. They want to experiment. They want to try certain things, but they've already been brought up to believe that, oh, the married woman is to be respected. I mean, I hear it in Yoruba movie jokes when they say, you know, you want to have some kind of sex with some kind of woman, but no, don't do like that. Don't disrespect your wife by doing that with her. But you do that to the one who is not your wife, because that one is quote unquote to be disrespected. But please do me disrespectfully. Meanwhile, moving on, I just had to throw that in.
Okay.
Yeah, because you guys are looking too serious. Okay. So, moving on.
But do you want to be done disrespectfully?
Please, disrespect
Girl.
me.
Go ahead.
Moving.
Finish me.
I don't even
You
know
know,
what to Lord.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Moving on. So when you have that complex, so you see this woman in the house, you know, you don't want to disrespect her with certain requests. So, but this one that you're not married to, you believe that she's the one that you can ask certain things, you can experiment. I mean, at some point in our sexuality, we grow, we want to test new things, you know. So we feel,
curious.
yeah, you're curious. Sometimes I mean, I've seen men who, you know, who would like to try certain things, but they're shy and they're even embarrassed
To tell their wife.
to tell them. Not because they think that, you know, the wives might, they think that she's going to look down on them, or, you know, or she's going to feel disrespected, or
She will not start looking at them in a funny way.
I think that you are even
Yes.
putting it in a very respectful
Mild,
way
respectful
as
way
well. Because
too.
I've heard, I mean, we have these conversations in the salon and places like that, and
Okay.
you hear a woman say, "Oh, I tried this with my man, he liked it, but he
was
actually
looking-
asked
he was
me," I
looking
said,
shocked.
"Where did you learn this from? You are sports."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ngozika wants to come in.
I just want to go for that. I'm sorry. I was just itching to say something. So here's the thing. You said what you said, Fola, and I respect that. And I'm moving to the side of the wives right now.
Okay.
What if you're a wife? As a wife, you've done everything with your man. I'm talking BDSM, I'm talking oral, and whatever. You've done everything to try to satisfy this man. Quote unquote, you've been his peace of mind. Then he has a side chick. So how does that really apply? Because
he just wants to.
yeah, then that goes to
So that's
say
not
that
on you.
exactly. That goes to say that is that really anything different the side chicks are doing?
Okay, so let me
necessarily.
even ask a question. you
Yeah.
know. I'd like to hear your thoughts. What exactly are the things that the side chicks give? What satisfaction do they give the man? What needs do they fulfill that the wives at home or the main chicks are not able to do, that makes this men keep having that ideology that they must always have a side piece?
If I want to respond going by what she has said, I'll say none. Because the woman is being the woman, she's doing it. But the difference now is she is the wife. She's got responsibility. She has to take care of the home.
No,
You're
but-
probably not doing a lot of that.
No.
And after having to shoulder that responsibility, I think sometimes there are some things that you are not just up to
But-
doing anymore.
Like
not
what?
like
Does that not include? Sorry, I'm just itching to say this before it runs out of my mind. Responsibilities. Talked about responsibilities. Primarily, marriage. The kids would come and go. Then you have your spouse.
Okay.
That responsibility, is that not also the same thing with catering for each other? Sexually
That is
and
how
all
it's
of that.
supposed
So,
to be. Is that how
so
it
emotionally
is?
and all of that. But
I think
I'm just saying that if I'm doing all of that, if as a wife you're doing all of that and you're still getting that, there was something I was listening to before I came here and they were talking about, okay, let's look about the perspective of different people that have had these affairs, and in the recent times, one that was in the headline,
Yes.
and how everybody were like, people were even wishing the same fate for their husbands. And yeah, it's crazy. I've seen, you know, WhatsApp status, and I'm like, are you really that unhappy? Are you really that unhappy?
I
Why
think-
do you want to still stay?
see that word? That's exactly where I want to come in. I think that, you know, some of these things, it comes down to the root of these marriages, the foundation of these marriages. We live in a society where marriage is seen as sometimes the next thing, the next logical thing to do.
Achievement.
So, you know, you're done with school, you now have a job, you know, it's supposed to be another mark of responsibility. You know, so you find out that a lot of men are marrying because it is just the next thing to do. It's the next
It's
step
not
in life.
really that they have thought through it and they know that I need this thing.
And so when in the process of deciding who it is that they want to marry, it is who is available, who is in their line of view at that particular time. Who were they dating at that particular time? Who did they feel most comfortable with at that particular time? Who seems to be the most unproblematic at that particular time?
Submissive. That's the word that we should
And
hold
so,
on to.
you know, they do all of that, and then they pick a spouse, and then they get married. And then, you know, the girl herself, she's already seeing herself as privileged, so she's been selected. You know, she just goes along with it because it's also what she's been looking for to, is what she's been raised and groomed to believe that that's the next step.
The next step.
So it happens. And then along the line, marriage is not dating. That's what a lot of people don't remember. It is not dating. Responsibilities will come. Apart from children, life happens. We change. The who you are at 25 or 28 is not who you are at 35. And so when all of that happens and you're with this person, you'll be surprised that by the time you're 45, you look at the person you're sleeping next to and you realize, I don't really like you that very much. It happens, you know, but you're together and you're cordial. But that's as far as it goes.
But wait. I've seen relationships where the side piece, she's as good as old as time. In the sense that they've
I
been
was going to
together
come
for
here.
years.
I was
come.
going
Oh, yeah,
to
come,
say,
please.
like I was going to.
Because these things are
The idea of the stereotype of a side chick in Nigeria mostly is light skin, good body, sexual, attractive,
and therefore the money.
and therefore the money. But in recent times, we've come to see that it's the other way. Sometimes the side chick is older than the man, is financially stable, it has kids, and also doing well. So it's really not balanced. Like I said, this life now,
because it's different for different parties.
Different people, exactly.
Like, for instance, the one, you know, in the scenario I just described, where you realize that, okay, you've been with this person, you've been married to this person long enough, or long for a while, and, you know, you've kind of just...
No, but that's
you know,
my
no
point.
butterflies
Okay,
anymore.
Elsie, did you get what I'm trying to say?
At some point, it doesn't stop you. You're attracted to someone else.
It's about the age.
Having
Having been together for a long time.
That is the point. Sorry, you asked your question. That is what I'm saying, that some side pieces, they've been there as long as the wife.
Yes.
But why don't they grow apart? That thing that you say, I don't love him anymore.
Exactly.
The love is still love. Thank you.
Because they are not living with you.
What is it? Finish that.
There's a lot of finish.
In marriage.
Yes, because you are already used to the person.
Yes,
But
now.
again, the side chick has always, sometimes, in some cases, the side chick is even there before the main wife.
Yes. Yes.
In some cases.
Until you start to live with a person, and not just live with a person, share responsibilities. Do you get?
Live in the same space.
Live in the same. Live in the same space. Even in relationships, at some point, it becomes a drag. If you're having sex with the same person for 1, 2, 3 years, at some point you're going to wonder that is this all? You know all the moves. You know where he starts. You know where he's going next. You know how it will end. Oh my, we're boring. So. But it's the truth.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the one outside, you know, it seems like, oh, they keep
exploring. Yes.
They are not living under the same roof. They are not discussing house rents. They are not discussing whatever. So he comes and goes. So he has issues at work. He comes,
And
you know,
and she now rubs his leg.
she rubs his leg. See, let me tell you something. If you're just coming to my house and I know that by 8:30 or 11 p.m. you will leave.
Or you leave the
I know
next
that
day.
whatever. Or even if you stay the weekend and still go. I know that at the end of the day, you still carry your problem and go. It's not on
My
me.
space is my space.
My space will always be my space. So I can tolerate you for the moment that you are there.
There's also this school of thought that they say that the side chicks, the question is, what do they do differently? What if the side chick is the man's peace of mind?
Define peace of mind.
Oh, peace of mind could be he had a bad day and he doesn't want to go home.
I just want to lay my head on your chest.
Exactly.
Like Ngozika.
Oh
And you
my
can
God.
see, you can lay your head on my chest because I know that at the end of the day, the problem is not my own.
But that's what I'm talking about, Suko. Sometimes these people, yes, you mentioned something about saying that it gets boring.
Yeah.
And let's let's not attach this side chick thing
to only sex.
Only sex, only men. Only men. Women do it too.
Yep.
Women do it too. So let's be.
So I have a side
Piece.
Side cock. No, like chick
Side
now.
dude.
Okay, I have a question.
There's a chick.
Side, what do they call it? Wait.
Okay.
Is it side? What do they call that?
Side
thing?
nigga.
Side nigger. Side
Okay.
Go ahead.
nigger.
But
Side
I have a
nigger.
question.
Okay.
You know, you said something about how men decide on who they want to get married to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's the next level. We've
Yeah.
finished school. We have made money. Society expects you to start having children.
let's
You
do
know,
it.
and they just decide who is around, who is the most submissive. Don't you think it's a case of how that happens and how friendship is not even part of this conversation? It's
That's a factor.
It's
Yeah.
like come together. We are rearing children.
Okay,
not
can I just say
And
this?
you know, what do you think
This-
about
this
that?
thing Elsie said, drives home and is so close to home. As a plus size woman, and some men are generally attracted to plus size women, but there's this idea that she's an honorable, my parents will not take her. Then you go ahead. No, but girl,
I know.
you know.
Oh yeah.
So there's this idea that she would not fit into being a perfect wife or the perfect wedding dress or whatever. Then you go ahead and marry Dilepa. Then you are bringing yourself back to the plus size girl for what?
I will punish you.
So me, I'm trying to say that these things are deeper than you were talking about root cause. People marry for different things.
Yeah.
People marry to use another person.
Ngozika, you struck it.
But you see, when that happened,
Let it sink in.
Okay, okay.
Let's go.
Let's drink water.
Let's drink water.
Okay, let's drink water.
I did
You
not
struck a
drink
chord.
water.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Stay with us. Okay, if you're just tuned in to our ladies' night out, we're asking what exactly does a side chick do differently that keeps a man going back to her?
Or a woman.
Please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-8463. Our phone line is now open. Please, guys at the back end, if they do not turn up the volume of their television set, we have to cut you off because we can't hear you and we'll just lose time. So keep it within a minute and turn off the volume of your television set so we can hear you. We have loads of comments, but you see, you touched on something very important, and Elsie also touched on it.
All right.
It's the right time to marry, and you know what? No friendship, nothing. Who is the most suitable candidate? And let's say this man is an outgoing person. He has seen life. He's the kind of party, hard rocker and everything. So he's looking for the wife that will sit in the house and hang out.
Not the one that will jaye with
Not the one who will jaye with him. So he's picked that one. And meanwhile, his spec, you understand? The spec that the man likes is, voluptuous.
Yes.
Like everything is, is there. So why are men not able to say, you know what? I like this guy, Ice Prince and Coco. I always use them as example. The man likes you know. So he went into surgery and put his wife to the...
Yes.
like, why don't we have men that, you know what, whatever it is that attracts, especially now I'm talking about the sexual part, that attracts you to your side piece, why can't you just say, you know what, let me have this type of person and keep the person in the home? Why is it difficult for them? Why do they feel like a wife should be the holy... The wife should be the holy person.
Because sometimes they think what is attractive to them is what's attractive to the other man. And they don't want to have somebody who they think another man would also
hold
want.
that thought. Let me take Sam from Kaduna. Please don't call the WhatsApp line. Call the number on the screen. Sam, are you there? Thank you for joining us. Quickly. Sam, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay.
You won't cause trouble with this man.
I won't cause trouble. Sorry, don't vex.
I'm telling you the honest truth. You won't cause wahala. I hope see my wife will be here. But the truth of the matter is, what you women are discovering is just the reality. It's just the reality. I hope you are still married with this topic. Well, let me give my own side of the story. The side chicks, they don't complain.
They don't complain. Okay.
No responsibility.
Note it down.
No liability. Just not. Tomorrow she will not tell you, my waist is paining me. I don't want this missionary style. I want a doggy. You enjoy what you want to do and get out. But it's painful when you share it with your wife. She looks you in a certain way as if you are a demon. Please, for God's sake, I hope we can, shed more light on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so
I agree.
good question. Somebody saw it on my status. Says good question. Would love to have the answer to this, even though that's the flyer when I posted it on my status. Even though I think the problem lies with eyes that are never satisfied. He's saying that men are never satisfied. He says one key is that men are competitive. So although they don't say it, they like it that other people want what they have. So sometimes it's like, I want to preserve the one
Before you go on, we need the calling number on the screen. Please stop calling the WhatsApp number.
Yeah, I keep telling them more.
The calling number should be on the screen.
They keep calling the WhatsApp number. We are sorry, we can't take the WhatsApp number.
Yeah.
The phone number is displayed on the screen. All right, so take some comments, then I'll come to Fola.
So the way the calls keep coming, I can take the message. Please, Fola, go ahead so I sort this out.
I just quickly want to say that, for the man who made that comment about how, the site for the mistresses, they have no responsibilities, there are no liabilities.
They don't complain.
Yes, and the ones who think, oh, it's for the man's peace of mind. It's easy to be your peace of mind if I know that whatever problems you have is not particularly my own. I can just be there. I'm just a good listener.
I'm trying to
Sometimes
understand
all
this
it takes.
idea of the side chicks don't have problem, they don't complain. I don't understand. Are they not the ones that are footing the bills of the side chicks? No, what are we talking about?
There's something you're not seeing. You guys need to date enough married men to understand this thing. There's something you're not seeing. These men have problems at work. They have problems with their in-laws. They have problems with school fees. They have problems with bills and responsibilities and issues. Do you understand? The wife in the house will nag because it's also on her. She's also thinking about their future. She's thinking about their investment. She's thinking of their children. She's thinking of how they are going to do this together. The side chick is not her problem. Yes, she has bills, but she knows that, or even you know, with all your problems, if you keep wanting to have a place to come and lay your head, you better pay those bills.
Okay. Let me take Tony from Enugu. I'm coming. Today we will not be able to talk again. No?
I'm just saying.
Are you there? Tony, thank you for joining us. Let's hear what you have to say. You're live. Is he there?
Hello?
Yes, let's hear what you have to say.
Okay, good evening.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you have a very important topic that you're discussing. My contribution is my belief that a lot of people go into marriage without really understanding why they are going into marriage. One, if you are into marriage just to have children, if you happen not to have children or enough, or the sex that you prefer, you are going to have problems. Your spouse will never satisfy you. Two, if you are going to marriage because of economic benefits, the moment there is lack of that thing you are looking for, you begin to have problems. So, if it is not just love for the sake of love, unconditional love, you are going to have problems.
Okay, Tony, do you have a side chick?
Not at all.
Okay.
And I'm not planning to have one.
Okay, why is that so?
Yes, I think that if you understand what marriage is, you would have prepared yourself to face any problems that will come to you in the family. All
right, thank you, Tony. You are a good man. You are a good man. We're with you. We're with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So somebody says this is a very interesting topic, but it's not for women to answer. We're not answering it. We're not answering. We're expecting you to send your answer.
We're just deliberating.
Then Ade from the UK says, good evening, ladies. We should understand that some married women do play an away match in marriage as well. So let's discuss the cause as the solution to solve this mess. When the cause and cause or causes is identified, then we can have a good relationship.
Yeah.
This mess affects the children and the family to advance.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's a valid point, Ade.
So
this
I have
is from
a message
Rosalind.
from Kingsley.
Please tell Fola to allow others to
A message here from Kingsley.
Yeah.
Okay. It's in 3 parts, but the first part is a bit muddled up.
No, there are 3 different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Side chicks are like far away uncle to us. They are not always available, and whenever they are at their best behavior. Make you happy, and off they go till another time.
Hold on, let me take
You don't
gift.
see their bad side often.
Often, thank you. Let me take gift, then I'll come back to the messages. After now, we can't talk again.
I'm shutting up.
Gift, are you there? Thank you for calling. Are you there?
Hi,
But I
Gift.
trying to break.
I'm not
Gift,
trying
are
to
you
do
there?
anything. No, me, I'm just...
Hello, can you hear me?
Quickly, yes. Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, good evening. So, I'll just go to the point. My contribution, first of all. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So my contribution, first of all, is that the issue is vice versa. First of all, you need to understand that a lot of people go into marriages. Ladies, sometimes they go for who is ready, not necessarily because of who they love. Do you understand? So on the long run, you start having issues, compatibility issues, because you marry the person because you just feel maybe time is on your side. So you understand the whole saying that women have biological clock and all of that. So people just go into these things not because they necessarily love each other, but because they feel it's time, and then they just want to do it. And then for the guys, you talked about spec.
Yes.
It's very sensitive to me because I like the big size. Are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so a lot of people sometimes they get to be ashamed of the things they like. The big size. I like the big size, and I love it. I'm okay with it. But sometimes because of what the people will say, do you understand? They will go for someone who is not actually that spec. And on the long run, they will come back, just like Ngozika was saying. They will come back with the big people. Do you understand? I love the big people, and I want to marry the big people. But there's also the fear that this person might become bigger than you should be. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which is valid.
Which
It's a
is valid.
fear.
This is a valid question.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank
that's
you so
my
much.
contribution. We just need to be very real to ourselves as to what we want.
Thank you.
And
Thank
stay
you.
true to it.
So let me quickly
Thank you,
address
Gift.
Rosalind. Thank you so much, Gift. Rosalind, the reason we gave Fola that time to talk is because we wanted her to break it down.
Break
You
it
understand?
down.
So we tried to break down things.
This
Then
thing-
we
Don't
now-
make my Fola not talk. But I want to respond to Gift
quickly.
something. You know when he said how people choose the
Yes.
person they get married to, which we were talking about
Yes.
as well. Even the ones that marry the person they love, there is
they
still
still
right? So
do the
imagine when
thing.
you don't have to
I
deal
don't
with
understand.
a person's difference, when you don't even love the person. It's going to be a bigger deal.
So my point is, why exactly do we have? Because this is the biggest thing I have noticed.
Pressure to marry.
Men that have side pieces, they will tell you there's always something fundamentally wrong in that home where maybe it was not she was just the person available and all of that. See, it is very hard. I mean, look at that first caller that said he can never have any side piece, not for anything, because he already is satisfied, with what he has. Just quickly take this one. Yes,
comment, just one
okay.
comment.
Then
This comment says,
I
and that's
wanna
one
say
from
something.
Kingsley in
Okay.
Abakaliki. It says, you don't know how many marriages these South chicks are sustaining from collapsing.
Oh, Dano.
We'll leave it there.
That's
Mila
it.
from Abia, oh.
That's
Today na
it.
today. We will come back part 2.
Hello,
Mila, are you
Mila.
there? Thank you. Let's hear you quickly. But side chicks are actually saving marriages.
What? See.
Mila, are you there? You're live, Mila.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, as regard to what she said, she was
Hello.
reading. Oh, hi.
Mila, quickly, we can hear you. He's listening to himself. Guys,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, so as regard to what she said, this topic goes on to show that every one of us should pay attentive to what we want. You clearly said that these side chicks, they save marriages, but I have one question: that what if the marriage is intact? What if people are just selfish?
Like what this guy said, that the
What if
eyes
people
are
are
never
just selfish?
satisfied.
What you would say there's, like you said, there's something fundamentally wrong. What if the wife is good, she's this, she's
A
that,
lot of times.
she does everything that he wants, but yet he cheats? And you know the one that is really, really messed up is when she's doing everything, then the side chick is there.
Ah, auntie.
That's another angle.
San from Abuja. Let's hear you, San from Abuja. Stan.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah. You see, there's one madness about what men do look at. They feel to be as if we are polygamy, we are born polygamy. They look at and say that they are born polygamy, that they have that audacity over a woman with having side chicks after they are married. That is wrong. I'm a married man. I don't have side chicks. Doesn't mean that I don't have ladies who are my friends. But they're not my side chick. Why must you have a side chick? What is that wife, that side chick has that your wife doesn't have? What are you looking for? What do you want? Some of them will tell us, but I've gone to some marriages counseling, and I do ask them, what is happening? It is because of this infidelity that is causing the problem. I can't ask them, I say, my wife is just like that, I don't know action, nothing. Like, that's what, why not teach her? Why not teach her what you want?
Okay, thank you. So good evening, ladies. I see having a side chick as an unnecessary distraction, just like it knows that when you get entrapped in it, it will take God to deliver you from the side chick. That's Richard from Lagos. Somebody else says, this is a good topic, but you should have invited men. No, we don't have to invite men. Men are calling us to tell us whether they are having side chicks or not. You should have invited a man to discuss what attracts them to side chick, and not you women conjuring what attracts men to side chicks. No.
Conjuring.
Who told you we are conjuring? What tells you that we are not the side chicks? What tells you that? Go ahead, Elsie.
Okay, I remember
Oh
something.
my God, sorry, we have somebody from Ghana.
Okay.
Marshall from Ghana, are you there? I told you when we open the phone, I will not be able to talk again. Marshall, you're alive. Let's hear what you have to say.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for calling.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, so I'm trying to talk. I don't know if you're hearing me. Good
Yes,
evening.
we can. Go ahead,
We can
please.
hear you.
Okay, so I'm calling from Accra, Ghana, but I'm Nigerian.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
So I'm just gonna make a little contribution. I think that what is critical is for a man to have certain values. Because if you have a value system, you would not look outside. I'm not even talking from the point of view of religion, Christianity, Islam, no. But as a human being, you saw something in that woman before you went for her.
Yeah.
So what stops you from staying with her? Yes, true. I mean, things could happen. Women forget that the men like to chase. They forget that they have to keep looking good all the time. Yes, that happens. And the woman should take the blame for that. But as a man, if you see that there is something you're looking for in your wife and you're not getting, you have a duty to make her come back to where she was when you were chasing her.
Yeah.
So we have a very bad culture. How many times does a man tell his wife that he loves her? Like out of the blues, out of nothing. How many times do you go out, see good lingerie somewhere, and buy for your wife? Those things you desire in women outside, you can make your wife look that thing for you.
Thank you so much, Marshall.
I mean, there will be excuses. The woman is no longer what she used to be. But the question I like the men to answer is, what have you done to make the woman be that woman that you want her to be?
Thank you, Marshall. Thank you so much. We've moved it now to this thing, but you know what? We have I don't want to take any more calls, please. We can't take any more calls. I want to hear. We have maybe 5 minutes or so to go around. So the initial question that we asked was, what do they do differently, right? And for those people who are telling us, some of us are side chicks. We not just want to tell you who of us is side chick.
You guys say that you be the side chick.
I think you look like a side chick.
So, what is it that would make a man decide to say, you know what, I think this person, because you said peace of mind. We didn't finish that thread of thought. I want us to finish it. You understand?
Okay.
So a woman that is listening, she understands that this is what you're dealing with.
Are you going? Okay. For me, I have been a side chick before, and I've been a wife before. And I would tell you this, that I have tasted both, and I would say that it's not necessarily different from each one.
Your roles,
actually, the roles is not different. It's just a matter of know your worth and define these things. There's some side chicks that fall in love with the men they're with. There's some side chicks that go ahead and have babies for these men. There's some side chicks that go ahead to be the main chick. So it's just that what they do differently is not really different. It's not. There's not.
Were you more loving to the man you were a side chick for than your husband? Was the love different? Because you see, there must be something that would make him come back, right? Were you a lot more caring? Were you rubbing his feet when he comes back? You know, those kind of things.
You see, I don't think there's anything they do differently. I really don't think so. I really don't think there's anything fantastic the side chicks do.
So it is a man that wants to just be there.
That will be there.
Okay, let me hear Fola.
I agree to a certain degree that they don't really do anything differently. The only thing that is different about the side chick from the main woman is that side chicks are a convenience. That's all. They're a convenience. It's easy to come and, you know, complain and rant to someone who is just there for you to listen, you know, to, she's just
in your pockets.
Yes.
So she lets you talk and you feel like, oh, she listens to me. She's just a good listener. She doesn't nag you for anything because she knows that if you keep wanting to come and lay head on this chest, you have to pay for the chest to remain there. So she doesn't have to nag you for it. You know, she's not worried about your tomorrow because she knows that when she's tired of you, she will move on to the next person. Exactly. She doesn't necessarily have to even enjoy having sex with you. She just has to pretend that she enjoys it so that your ego can be boosted and you can go home happy. She's a convenience. She's there to do all the things that you think that your wife, you know, is not doing, because this relationship is transactional at the root of it. Let's not forget that. She doesn't have a covenant with you. She doesn't have a for better, for worse. She didn't swear to you. She doesn't owe you anything. Do you get? So you are there to fulfill a need. The moment you can no longer fulfill that need, it's goodbye. She's a convenience. That's all.
See why we allow Fola talk?
Go ahead. I mean, I think both of them have really covered it. I said this from the very beginning. There is nothing they do differently. Like she has said, they're a convenience. And a man who has values would not go ahead to cheat. However, there are also stories you will hear and you begin to say, he needed to step outside. For what you said, peace of mind. Because sometimes things just go wrong, especially when you have made a decision at the beginning and you did not make the right decision, but you know that you just want to stay in that marriage. There is nothing you can do about it because the society has also programmed you to believe that once you leave that marriage, you have failed in life, right? So you begin to even see relationship. We've heard stories. I've even heard personal one from Abuja, Lagos, will tell you the husband knows that the wife is cheating. The wife knows that the husband is cheating. They both have side chicks, right? And I was also going to mention something that an older friend of mine mentioned, I know very quickly, and he was saying that when you look at the population of men to women, it looks like it is a responsibility for men to actually take care
because we're always assuming that it's always a man and woman thing. It doesn't have to be binary.
Well, okay, so it is.
Someone says men are polygamous in nature. Forget what they do differently. Did we take all our comments, Elsie?
Yeah,
then finally says David Solomon all had values. What happened to them? Supernatural intervention instills the values. Simple is love is sacrifice. You know what? Mio.
David, don't value Sha.
Me, Sha, I want to become side chick, yo. No, because I think, no, it's true. Wife role is not paying me. So we need to switch from.
You can be side chick
Yes,
to
I
your
want to be.
husband.
I want to become a side chick.
Mr. Y,
No, I think yes.
Mr. Saleh.
Yes, because I think
She's a side chick.
Yes, because the side chick part is juicier than the wife part. So let me not take
But
any
you know,
responsibility.
the celebrity that came with that thing
where
now,
you
what's
can
her
actually
name?
switch to side chick.
Some celebrity that came and said one.
We need to go. Before we go, please ensure you. Thank you so much to everyone that called. We're sorry we couldn't take some of your calls. Thank you, ladies. I think we have to do a part 2 of this.
I'm here.
I'm here.
You know where to find me.
Yes, find me.
So before we go, thank you, Elsie Godwin. Before we go, do ensure you follow us on Instagram at PlusTvAfrica. You can connect with us further, drop your comments. You know, more importantly, we're planning a huge giveaway. So just to say thank you to you for believing in the Ways brand and following us and watching. So also share with all your friends and tell them to follow as well. Like and follow us on, share your comments. All right, so if you missed today's quotes, here it is again. Where's my quotes? Real love is not based on romance, candlelight dinner. It's based on respect, compromise, care, and trust. You see the way I changed
Romance
my voice?
is important, Cheryl.
Yes, it's important,
Let me
but
just
it's
say-
not
Very.
that. It's not all that.
It's
So we'll
important.
see you live tomorrow. I want to become a side chick. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.
Oh, good.